This is the first event of its kind in Ireland. It was something completely new, different. We wanted to see what was Regina going to bring to Ireland. We wanted to see the content that was there, and it was all new, something that we haven't seen here before in Ireland. It was really exciting, invigorating, like people in the room were just buzzing after. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. And it's not that we don't know what we're doing. We heard it from people who were really energetic about it, who were really just pumping energy, and that really, the room felt that and felt the energy on the stage from everybody up there. And it just reinforced people, and it gave people really some new ideas to grow our business. And that's what we want to do. We want to be better. We want to give the best service that we can to our clients. And what we saw yesterday, just anybody that we were talking to afterwards was just like, yeah, I want to go and do this. I want to go and make videos. I want to be better at what I do and service our clients great.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, what a great testimonial in itself. I mean, we haven't even started about the whole idea in January about what you wanted to do, what you wanted to pull off, what you wanted to achieve. So I'm going to take you back from today, the day after the event, all the way back to January when this was a seed. Tell us a bit more about that, Regina.
Well, the truth is the seed was planted long before January. I'd been going to the UK, to Birmingham, to London twice a year to these phenomenal conferences, and I'd probably mostly be the only Irish person in the room. So, and I loved going on my own because it meant I could meet and speak to more people. And I used to go and learn and hear things that like revolutionized my business. Well, obviously you hear it, you've got to implement. And I was part of Sanjay Gandhi's mastermind group, and I used to go over to meet him and his people and his conference. First time I met you, Matt Giggs, was like, I think 9 years ago in Covent Garden, and he jumped off a table in front of me, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And that energy that Niamh spoke about, you know, I always knew that if I was running a conference, you would be there and you would be a key speaker. So that was like easy tick. And so every time I went over, it was like, Jeannie Mac, there's nothing like this in Ireland, nothing. And then during dinner with Adam Mackay in Ardmore and Roger Black, I said, I'll do it. And then I said, I will only do it though if I get Tom Panis as the key speaker, because I just knew he'd be the anchor for everything. Yeah. And he'd never been to Ireland before. I was fortunate enough to have had dinner with him in the Ivy in London with Sanjay and Anita Gandhi. And like we did get on really well. And I said, if I bring a conference to Ireland, will you speak at it? He said he would. And then when I approached him in January, we got it tied down. So everything else was easy. It had to be in Waterford because that's where I'm based. It's where my community is. It's where my business is. I'm proud of Waterford. And I want to show it off because in Ireland, everything is pretty much in Dublin, isn't it, Niamh?
For sure. Yeah.
Like everything is in Dublin. So I wanted to create an experience. And I think it was an amazing experience. But going back to the idea, Tom, yes. Venue, yes. Tick. Knew that it had to be the Theatre Royal because it's a beautiful venue. I knew that by having it actually in a theatre, it would be different. So when I go into the conferences, I look at, yeah, this could be better, this could be better, this could be better. And then I knew the speakers, it was dead easy for me. I wanted Richard Rawlings because I do think that there's a lost opportunity in Ireland for agents when we... And I say we because we don't do it either. We should be representing buyers. It's a lost business opportunity and it's a lost service offering. So then Kirsty Franks, I mean, she is the queen of marketing for estate agents in the UK. So, you know, you get the best, simple as. And she's got all that energy that Niamh spoke about. And she's massively credible. I really admire her. I really like her. I knew they'd never have heard anyone like her before. And then obviously having Olympians on the stage. So it would just tie it all together nicely because everything is about mindset. And it was a bloody scary thing to organise, I'll be honest.
Come on to that, shall we?
You know?
Wow. And, I talked about courage as the opening pillar or side of the box, which you can break and smash through. Courage is so important. How much courage did it take for you to do this and really put yourself out there yet again and organise something as a pioneering event in Ireland? Because you probably got a feeling that some people wouldn't come with you on this journey. But tell us a little bit more about what was going on behind the scenes.
You know the expression, if you want to get something done, and we heard Tom Panis at a mastermind, one of the key things of achieving things in life is what gets diaried gets done. Put it in the diary. So I just didn't overthink it. Probably didn't think enough about it, actually. I got the main man booked, I got the venue booked, and then got all of you guys, you were all like, pronto, yes, we'll do it. Yes, yes, yes. It was amazing. Booked the venue. And then it was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Then I need to go and find some money because otherwise I'm going to be at a major financial loss. And to be fair, my home jumped on it straight away. Joanne Geary was amazing. So having an anchor sponsor. The City Council came on board, Waterford City and County Council. The city and county manager emailed me the morning after I asked him for the money, and I'd had a really bad reject conversation about 10 minutes before that email. Well, if you saw me in the room, I was leaping around the place. I was actually dancing, literally dancing around the room. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You'd swear they'd given me $1 million. But it was the belief in the event. It was the belief that just powered me on. I rang Vanya, I have a relationship with her, staged my home straight away. And, it's all about relationships. And then Giraffe, they came on board. They were so excited. They actually contacted me. So that was a phenomenal boost. And, that support outside of the financial support was the anchor for me to believe in the whole thing. And, we all have moments of doubt and fear, but you have to drive on. I was committed, so it didn't matter how scared I was. I had no choice. I had to drive on because it was all done. There was just no way out. And I do have an expression, you either drive on or lie down, and lying down isn't an option.